Episode 18, back on December 18th, was titled Sons and Daughters Part 1. Well, here's Part 2, and this is about my son Lance. Lance was born in 1967, and please don't make any strange connections between his birthday and the hippie 60s. I'm not going to tell his story, he is. Lance, a lot of your life has been marked by your love of nature and photography. How did you get started in that?
Some of the first cameras I remember being around the house were my father's Nikons, and it was a natural progression for me to pick up a camera eventually. My father was in the business, and eventually I picked up a camera. He gave me an opportunity to do that and to use photography and work in the darkroom as part of my career. And it took many years for me to get to the point where I felt comfortable doing what I was doing, whether it be commercial photography or landscape photography. It took time, but eventually photography became a great long-term outlet for me.
Tell me about your book and the mural.
After I had been in Texas for about 4 years or so, I used these maps called Roads of Texas, and it's like a big atlas of just Texas, had about 160 pages. In the back of this, there was a grid of all the counties in Texas, and it showed the name of the county, showed the shape of the county, and it showed a grid of all the counties in the shape of Texas. And it just made me think about possibly getting a good landscape photograph in every one of those counties. And was it possible? How long would it take? The book was an afterthought, but that was something that my dad and a couple other people pushed for. I'm honestly not responsible for this book being put together. I did all the work as far as the photographs and the traveling, but as far as the construction of the book itself, that all happened after I lost my sight. But I'm curious to see how well it will do, and I hope that some people, whoever the readers and the viewers of this book may be, will get some enjoyment out of the photographs, just as I did traveling around the state for all those years and methodically exploring Texas on a county by county basis.
Tell me about how you lost your sight.
Well, I have a genetic optic nerve condition that didn't surface until I was 48, and it just happened over about 6 months. And it was gradual, but it left me with just light perception, and it's as simple as that.
What's your future plans?
I am going to acquire a bachelor's degree at the Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis. And that degree will be sought in their School of Public Environmental Affairs, and it will be in sustainable policy and management. My hope is to get involved in either land conservation or sustainable practices such as recycling, anything that can make the way we live on this planet a little more efficient.
Let's talk about your advocacy for nature.
Well, I think that the health of our air, land, and water is the core of who we are. I mean, if if we don't care about the soil, the earth, the water, the things that sustain us, we've got a fundamental issue. The land itself is what keeps us alive. And when we become ever more disconnected from the source of our life, we have a problem. So I would say to the individual, be aware of what you use, how much you use, and think about somebody other than you and your needs, and think about something other than just your own personal gain. Don't think about keeping things right for 10 or 20 years. Think about the health of this planet in the coming centuries.
Well, again, thanks for letting me brag about my kids, Lance and Andrea. I'm very proud of both of them. Enjoy parts 1 and 2 because at my age, I can certainly guarantee there won't be a part 3.